Bowser has a grand arrival in the land of the penguins. Determined to win the penguins' treasure at any cost. The penguins try to defend themselves by throwing snowballs but are unable to fight the Bowser and his army. In the end, he destroyed the Ice Kingdom and caused major problems for the Mushroom Kingdom. Mario's son, Mario, and Luigi's son Mario lives in the real world of Brooklyn where he's a plumber with his own business. I work like if you have problems with your pipes, you can call these plumbers and they will do the job for you in Brooklyn. Mario worked with his partner Spike, but quit due to conditions and is now in business for himself with his younger brother. This part of the film is inspired by older Super Mario games, such as Wrecking Crew in which Spike appears. Mario and Luigi live with their parents and are disappointed when they fail to achieve their career goals, especially after destroying a rich woman's toilet. One day, Mario and Luigi went to investigate underground pipes, a huge leak that no one can stop. Floods the town and Mario and Luigi go there to test their plumbing skills. Little did they know that a normal day at work was the first step towards a new life. A giant magical pipe sucks the Mario brothers in and they travel through space to another dimension where they are eventually separated despite their best efforts to stay together. The same thing happened in the first real Mario movie. Mario and Luigi travel through space and get lost in another world. Mario arrives in this new world as before through the pipe. To his surprise, he discovers that he's not Brooklyn, but meets a very special Toad who guides him to this new world. Here Mario tells them that he has lost his brother Luigi, and that he needs to be found as he seems to have fallen into a rather dark place. Toad is very kind, but believes Luigi is dead and agrees to help Mario, and the journey to Toad Town begins in this fantasy land where toads live. There are things like coin blocks that you can hit to get resources. Why hasn't anyone invented this? This enchanting place is full of shops and restaurants. On the other hand, some companies are building platforms that may be familiar to anyone who has ever played a Super Mario game. Mario in this movie is not used to jumping, so he has difficulty. The entire city is full of pipes, and once you enter them, you never know where you will end up. So it was a total disaster even for Mario, the trumpet experts. After many incidents, Toad and Mario finally reached their destination, Princess Peach's castle in the Mushroom Kingdom. While Mario is having fun playing with Toad, Luigi is also having a lot of fun after landing in the Dark Kingdom. As you may know, Luigi is a very scary cat, and he shows this in the game. Luigi Villa, at that time, he was going through an extremely difficult time because a pile of bones rose from the ground, and tried to trap him despite his efforts. He falls into a trap and is captured by Bowser's henchmen and taken to his hideout via hot air balloon. Cake warns King Kappa that humans have arrived in the Mushroom Kingdom and could endanger his plans of conquest, and they're holding another human being hostage. Bowser tortures Luigi a bit to learn more about Mario and his plans. Luigi, along with Penguin, his rebellious companions, and the very pessimistic Luma are trapped in a small cell above a lava pit, and Luigi and the others find themselves in an even worse situation, even more dire. The leader, Princess Peach, receives disturbing news that Bowser is planning to invade the Mushroom Kingdom and Toad Town. The Mushroom Kingdom and Toad Town may suffer the same fate as the Penguin Kingdom. The problem is that toads aren't really warriors. In fact, they were so adorable that they decided to ask the monkeys of the jungle, a neighboring kingdom, for help. Mario meets Peach at the castle and asks for her help to save his brother. The princess is surprised to meet another human and agrees to come along if she passes the skill test. But of course, Mario is just a resourceful plumber. So Princess Peach decides to test his fighting skills. The first step is to become a master of jumping and platforming training with a robot that imitates Bowser's minions. This part is inspired by Super Mario Bros. And features many of the game's familiar enemies, albeit in robot form. Princess Peach also took the opportunity to teach Mario how to move, and he can move much better than we thought. Mario almost fools her, and Peach finally decides he's worth it. The next day, they take a trip to the Monkey Kingdom. This is not the first time he meets Toad, who accompanies him on his adventures. They travel to various famous worlds from games like Super Mario Odyssey, Sand Kingdom, Bob O.M. Battlefield from Super Mario 64, and even apple-loving Yoshi's Island. In an intimate moment between Princess Mario and Toad, Peach reveals that she also comes from the human world. I don't know how she got to the Mushroom Kingdom, but when she was still a baby, Toad adopted her and declared her queen. The power of the Fire Flower is shown here, and Peach promises Mario that she will save her brothers. This is the first time in history that Princess Peach's origin has been revealed. Meanwhile, an important truth was revealed since BOA's real goal is to marry Peach. She practices the piano to sing her songs for Peach. He tried this with Super Mario Fantasy and almost succeeded, but it seems that is his greatest wish ever. Unfortunately, the welcome to the Monkey Kingdom isn't as warm as they expected, and a Grumpy Kong finds himself getting punched left and right, and the cats are too cute to take on the gorillas. Cat Mario's power overwhelms Donkey Kong, who is eventually defeated, and the Grumpy Man agrees to help in his confrontation with Bowser. There, they begin their journey back to the Mushroom Kingdom, where they can assemble their own cars with little effort. By changing the body wheels and choosing hang gliders using latest API and electrification technology, I decided to go out. The structure of these cars is the same as in the Mario Kart series, starting with the Nintendo 3DS version of Mario Kart 7. Once everyone has a car, they begin their journey back to the Mushroom Kingdom. But the only one. This is hindered by Bowser's minions. They ambush Mario and his friends and force them into an epic Mario Kart-style battle on Rainbow Road. Here the princess uses anti-gravity technology on her bike, allowing her to ride along walls, just like we saw in Mario Kart 8 with this, and by attaching her glider alone, she can stop Toad from falling into the abyss. However, Mario and Donkey Kong were not so lucky when they crashed into a blue sea shell and fell into the sea. His bad luck did not stop there, as he was soon eaten by a giant mare. The remaining monkeys were captured and thrown into prison. Peach and Toad arrive at the castle in time and warn everyone that Bowser is about to attack. They fail to escape, and Bowser must go to the Mushroom Kingdom to propose to the princess. He threatens to kill Toad if she doesn't say yes. So she finally accepted. Meanwhile, in the cell, Cake announces that he will sacrifice everyone present in the lava. As offerings for Peach and Bowser's wedding, Mario and Donkey Kong are in serious trouble because of Molly, but they miraculously escape using a crate pusher and soon reach the Mushroom Kingdom surrounded by Bowser's minions. A fierce battle ensues with Mario and Donkey Kong using the raccoon suit and fire flower to restore order to the city. You start your way up to Bowser's castle, where your wedding to Paige will take place. The princess reluctantly prepares for the ceremony, but Toad gives her a beautiful bouquet of flowers to help her get through the ordeal. Paige arrives at the altar with all the prisoners who will be sacrificed, who suddenly she took an ice flower out of the bouquet placed by Toad, causing Bowser and his minions to freeze. King Bo Bomb caught fire and exploded, leaving behind a scene of devastation and the princess losing her powers. Luckily, Mario and Donkey Kong arrived in time to stop the victim and save Peach. Bowser partially thaws and activates the bonsai bill, completely destroying the Mushroom Kingdom. Mario, the panda, moved towards him, changed its trajectory, and crashed into the pipe that Mario had come from. This leads to traveling through space, bringing Bowser's floating castle to Brooklyn, and the final battle begins. Bowser gets the upper hand on Mario, but Peach steals the superstar from Cake and gives it to the plumber. Brothers filled with power, they defeated Bowser by feeding him small mushrooms and trapping him in a jar. This is a reference to the beginning of Super Mario 3D World, where Bowser captures a fairy in a bottle. Here he's finally on his own. The Mushroom Kingdom is safe, and Mario finally wakes up in his room in Brooklyn, but when he opens the window, he finds himself in his new home, the Mushroom Kingdom. This explains why in some games like Paper, His Mario, the plumber's home is in the Mushroom Kingdom instead of Brooklyn, because he's definitely entering this new world.